Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. In the last video, we've reached our third day. We've opened up the western part of Martinez, I should say. Ravachol is the wider place, the wider city. We opened up the western part of Martinez, and then we met this lass over here, who I've forgotten the name of, in the last 5 minutes, even though I'm recording these videos back to back. Not sure how, my memory does not function. So I've put on my most suggestive jacket.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
And we're going to chat to Joyce. So she will not give me more information about the lynching until I prove I am who I say I am, until I show her my badge. I don't have my badge.
I'm afraid I can't say any more until we've taken care of formal protocol.
So we're going to roll on the 58. Oh, it's a red check. Oh, no. Screw it.
She's a negotiator. Just float a favour at her. Insinuate.
My heart was in my chest during that. Oh, that messed me up. Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, madam. Okay, Kitsuragi, talk to me.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How did you hope it would go, Kitsuragi?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman.
Well, you kept making little comments, Kitsuragi. I thought it was going so well.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you.
We could just, find my badge.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
What do you propose? We don't investigate the drug trafficking?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching.
Okay.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isla into Ravachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from Samaran into Ravachol through the terminal.
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrart and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
The lorries.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they're vulnerable.
How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales at that roundabout.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
She gives you a knowing look.
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Uncovering Union secrets could also give you an upper hand when dealing with them.
Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
No coincidence lorries are stranded there like that, is it?
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However...
She pauses, looking out to sea, dramatically as if waiting for a lover to arrive.
This is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue.
She looks north, across the sea, as if waiting for a lover to arrive.
Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
You don't care about that.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Tract and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
What proof do you have the Union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
That is a fair point. I was thinking that at the time when they mentioned... Because I don't think we knew how long the strike was until we talked to Thingy over the docks, and they mentioned it's been about 3 months. And he said, okay, but are you still getting paid? What's going on?
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
Huh.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
Okay.
Yes?
Yep, let's do it.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
She takes another long sip from her seemingly bottomless thermal cup. First thing first, did I see a roundabout at any point? Now, I'm assuming it's the trucks by the dock, right? I just don't remember seeing an actual roundabout. No, by the harbour, by the terminal. Then we're going to ask her about the tattoos, obviously. Which I suspect she won't know anything about, even though it is one of her guys. Wait, is it one of her guys? Maybe? We don't know how involved they are. With the mercenaries, with the scabs, etc.
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the 4th day to the Bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
Okay, you know what the good thing is though, ladies and gentlemen? We have direction. We have something to do. Now, obviously, we've got the whole western part of the island still to explore, but that's like a future treat. And today is current treat day. We're going to solve the jam mystery, which absolutely sounds like something the Famous Five would have tackled, or the Secret Seven, or the Famous Five, Secret Seven, or was it Secret Six? Super Seven? No, it's something 7. There was 5 and a 6 and a 7. For those who don't know, these were, I don't know if they were all Enid Blyton, but there was definitely a lot of Enid Blyton. I used to love Enid Blyton books as a kid. It was always about groups of kids going off and solving crimes with their dog and Aunt Fanny. Which one was Aunt Fanny? Wait, I need to Google this. Who had an Aunt Fanny? Was it the 7 or the 5? I'm going to take my guesses. Secret 7, Famous 5. Famous 5. Enid, Blyton, and Fanny. Famous 5. Got it. Nailed it. So, I'm assuming this is the roundabout. I do not see a roundabout, but I'm assuming this is indeed the roundabout.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. Fumes of heavy fuel oil waft over you, making your eyes sting. The odor mixes with cigarette residue.
Okay, wait, oh, you a driver over there. I remember you. Come here, bucko. I don't want to talk to the big guy. The big guy scares me.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Is this... Oh, he's racist. Is this your mug?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
Okay, what do I want to put points in? I don't want to do another one of these, because we've still got this one going on for absolutely bloody ages. So what were we working on? I want to see which ones we've got the most in, I suppose. Interfacing has a couple right there, although knick-knack stand isn't a thing. Interfacing, composure, empathy, suggestion. Interfacing, there's a lot of interfacing, there's a lot of composure. I'm surprised I can't do that, my perception's pretty good. Physical instrument's really high as well, although a lot of these are gonna change. I'm feeling composure. Oh, my authority is tiny. Where's composure? Yeah, composure's quite low as well. The thing is, though, authority as well. We need authority. I'm going to take authority because Titus needs authority, right? To like, I could keep putting points into perception to get this bloody thing done, but no. What's that crown on rhetoric? No idea. Perception's nearly maxed. Jesus. I put 5 points in perception. That's madness. Let's get a little authority. No. We're gonna pick up the ones that we actually need. We're gonna take composure. You're a lorry man, right? What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
He takes a long drag on his cigarette. Why not?
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
Our responsibility to keep this poison off the streets of Revachol, right?
He eyes you wearily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for about 2 seconds. Then...
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
So why are you still hanging around here, buddy? Most of the other lorry men have left.
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
I did see one lorry with the trailer doors open on my way here. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
If they were getting drunk inside the Whirling in Rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
If you were the Whirling, how do you know it was Kips who broke into the lorry?
What? Aren't we allowed to say that it's the Kips who do all the stealing around here? That's not road to science, man.
Who's running drugs through Terminal B?
Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang. that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
Sealang is the sunglasses seller down here at the south.
He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Really, he's just selling his employer stuff. Stuff he stole after he broke the seals on his humanox lorry. Just follow the smell. It smells like apricot and oil when you're nearby.
The lorryman lets out a raspy croak at his own sense of humour.
Yes, yes. Where is he?
We know where he is.
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sealang's usually a little bit south of here, near the canal. You can't miss him. Just watch yourselves. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, all right. 100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Let's go pay him a visit.
Guess so.
Okay, I'm watching you, racist lorry man. Alright, let's go talk to Sealang. Maybe he'll like me more if I buy some sunglasses from him. Who are you again? You look like a lorry person. Are you a lorry person?
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
Hey Tommy, you're new. The man mutters this to himself, accenting the beats as he goes.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
I am the law.
From another planet. Hey there.
Hey, what's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
Okay.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts of the modern era. You could almost taste it.
I just, like, look at my character with his massive coat and his stupid hat, and he just walks up to someone with a crowbar in hand and goes, I am the law. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
Limbo, huh? That's where I am.
Days. Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
I'm sure that is exactly what he meant. How long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Tell me more about this strike.
It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands. No way in or out.
What are they demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Was Tommy always here, or has he arrived? Oh, he must have always been here. I must have missed him. What do you think the company wants?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of who?
Us lorry drivers. Camioners. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
But not you, eh?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He glances down the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one.
What are you hauling? And I'm not going to ask him for money.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Okay, and what are you actually hauling?
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd in the Occident. though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
Nice shot machine.
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
Yes.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6.
He seems to have a thing for it, so, you know, maybe I have a thing for it, and then we could be best buddies, and he'll give me some stuff.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
Nothing illegal, then?
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
Could I get a tracksuit?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Yeah.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Let me be straight. Let's just be straight.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
He doesn't seem like a drug runner.
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, never would I drama. We tried. Is this a dead end? Oh yeah, I've never been up here. How exciting. What's this? Where is it? Come back. Come back to me. Where were you? Love me. Love me the way I loved you. This is far too much. It is a roundabout. I can see it now as a roundabout. It's just that it's so clogged up with stuff that it loses its roundabouty nature. You know what I mean? Right. Let's talk, buddy. Now, I'm only talking to you because the other guys are racist. Let's make that clear.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
The game's acting like I've never talked to him before.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here. Everything's cool. The goods are cool. The customers are cool. The place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang.
You think I'm cool, Sileng?
Oh, yes. You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like.
I love him. He surveys his consumerist kingdom with an air of satisfaction.
You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
He settles back into the pile of boxes he's sitting on.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
Is that gonna work?
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember.
Should I have done this? Hey, you seem like a really successful entrepreneur. How would you like to support a member of the local police force?
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
Think of it as an investment.
An investment? What kind of investment?
And a policeman is an investment in good relations with the RCM.
I hear you, officer. What kind of a sum are we talking about here?
10 real?
Sounds like a fair deal all around.
Damn, that worked.
Corruption.
Yeah, I feel bad about this.
It's just like bus or seagull. A kid watching out of a window describing things going by. He doesn't like it too much, but what do you do?
I kind of regret that already. I mean, I needed the cash, but... oh, yeah, I didn't... I just... I would like to take that back if I could. Oh yeah, that feels even just playing it feels a little wrong. I feel a little, you know. I saw the check. I like checks. I like succeeding in checks. Where are you from, Siling?
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
I don't want to be a corrupt cop, and I don't want Kitsuragi to think I'm corrupt.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola.
You're from the Apricot Suzerainty, right?
Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Don't fret.
That's right, officer. But it's a bad scene for business there. Too many regulations. Extremely bad for an independent local entrepreneur. Hey, why not support this local entrepreneur? You can start by buying a pair of sexy pants or cool sunglasses. Maybe some macaroni?
Well, just stand some drugs, buddy.
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
I'm super into drugs.
That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs. Sadly, I don't have any drugs on sale. Or at my home, or on my person.
Sir, it appears to be true. No drugs in sight. Not in the box of sunglasses or under the speakers.
We're looking for a lorry driver. I was hoping that would lead into something. Looking for a lorry driver who's transporting drugs out of the harbour. He or she is in this traffic jam.
That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But, I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
But you are a lorry man. Another driver has identified you and your lorry.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole.
He stops to think.
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
So you forgot to tell me?
Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity.
Stop squirming, Siling. What do you know about the drug operation at the harbour? I'm here. I'm doing bad cop now.
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd. You know, the drug crowd.
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
It wasn't some... Okay, if you don't know, then I'll tell your employer you've been selling his stuff. I can't say that. That's not legit. It wasn't... I'm a good cop. I was briefly corrupt, accidentally. Now I'm not. We're good again. It wasn't some drug crowd. You know who they are? Tell me now.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please, don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
My buddy Siling, help us out. No one will notice you.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
Very interesting, given that we think there was a woman missing from the lynching.
Interesting. Could this driver be connected to the HARDIE boys?
Just said that. Who are these other drivers who talk?
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now.
We're not cool yet.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
He points north.
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos.
It's the lady driver, the old woman back there. Points to the pale driver, dazed out. Strange.
I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you.
He's not ruling her out.
Could she be associated with the Hardy Boys?
I don't know. I'm not local. I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
I do deserve funky sunglasses. Okay, well, we got some important information. Huh? Who is the lady driver?
Yes?
I kind of wanted to talk to him about what's happened. I don't want him to dislike me. It's like really important to me that he likes me and that he doesn't think I'm corrupt, even though I was briefly corrupt. Hello, lady driver. Wait, you're not lady driver, you're Smoker Man. Hello,
Stuck
Smoker
in the
Man.
rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
We're not doing this anymore. Nothing about money. I will come about my money honourably, like all policemen, by picking up litter. No corruption here. I heard that one of the drivers is a woman. I don't think she's here. Do you know this lady driver?
I don't want to talk about that.
Oh. What is it?
Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
Who is this person? What's her name?
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the lady driver. She kept her name a secret. From me too. Now I see why.
Who is she to you?
A friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay?
But you knew.
I didn't, man. I told you I was hoping it's not her. That she wouldn't be mixed up in it.
It's true. We would have caught a lie. But a kind heart is tricky. Bah. Emotional rhetoric. He knew something and he didn't share it with you. That's a fact.
What does she look like?
A youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Dyed. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Then she may have dyed it again.
When did she leave?
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person. I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you.
It really is.
I just can't, man. I'm not naive.
She says she's troubled. How?
She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
Not snitching, it's just a few questions.
It's snitching, man. I know what it is.
I've told everyone's afraid of her, you're not?
I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind.
Her mind?
The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
The pain it was causing her.
When she left, did she leave a lorry behind?
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. The grey-haired woman. Maybe she knows something. Wait, this guy says they're friends. Then, acquaintances. And he's okay with others ratting her out. Now is not the time to focus on feelings. You need that info, son.
Bloody hell. You're alright with us ratting her out, you just don't want your hands dirty.
Fine. I don't want to be a butcher. And I don't want to be a knight either. I just want to be a person who can sleep at night. A little fame wouldn't hurt too.
Okay. I'm gonna force him.
Thank you, friend.
We'll go chat to other people. If we have to come back and talk to Tommy, we'll come back and talk to Tommy. If we can do it another way, we'll do it another way. I don't know who the grey-haired woman is off the top of my head, so... Talk to the race man. I am the law.
For something odd? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
I know you've been giving me the runaround. Fess up. Where's the lady driver?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You knew silent. Why are you smirking?
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
So who does? You?
No. He means La Puta Madre.
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit in Revachol West.
How have I only just heard of this?
Yeah, him.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire. He's getting into this.
Oh, Kitsaragi's finally stepping up.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is.
He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all. Look at him lurching.
His willingness to lie, kind of adopt this persona, is making me think I could be a little bit more flexible in how I approach my cases.
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
He tries to light a fresh cigarette, but his hands are shaking now. The sentence simply ends.
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod.
Saw you snooping cabin. Go fuck yourself. Half-Light. Well, I've definitely got... One sec. I'm sure I've got stuff for Half-Light. No change there. I have to go through everything again. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm thinking of physical instrument. I mean, it's a pretty high chance anyway. But I just thought I'd double check. Nope. Okay.
Looking for something odd?
Here we go.
Come to tell me to fuck...
Men like this only respect two things. Strength and fear. Time to turn up the volume.
Show me her lorry right fucking now. The lady driver's lorry. Where is it? I'm not... I can't be an angry, scary person. I'm a quietly scary person. Very, very rarely. Not really, let's be honest. It's just not really who I am. Oh,
Fuck
damn.
you, I told you. I'm not gonna...
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
I'm gonna fuck you for the rest of my life. What's your name, fuckhead? I'm gonna go on police radio saying this guy told Madre the fuck off.
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green, banged up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
When did she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably. I haven't even seen her for days.
Where exactly is her lorry?
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now, leave me the fuck alone, okay?
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry.
Let's do it. I'm really enjoying this little... Just, I don't know, like having like this strong direction. I know what I'm doing. I'm investigating a crime. It feels good. Monument's down here, right? Have I gone too far? I feel like I've gone too far. It's not the easiest... Wait, let's zoom out for one. There's the monument. I remember seeing the monument. It's over there. Is it over there? No. Can I be scary? If I can be scary, it's only because I'm quite a big guy. And, you know, getting hench, grr, all that kind of nonsense. Is it this? Oh, it's that. I don't think I'm never really like my dad can get a little angry when he sees you building work or something. There'll be a lot of swearing, a lot of that. I don't really have that. I don't really get angry, generally speaking. I tend to, I don't know if that's because I'm emotionally repressed. Or I try to logic my way through out of things. I feel sometimes, this is going to sound a bit weird, right? This is way off topic. Sometimes I feel like I've got a little bit of a... What's the word? It's not psychopathic, it's, I don't know, I feel like I don't feel emotions as strongly as other people do sometimes, you know? I feel like when I'm hurt, because I do, I went through a breakup a couple months ago, for example. It's fine now, but at the time, killed me, right? So, I mean, I do feel that, but again, I feel like, weirdly enough, that I processed it as a logical hurt rather than an emotional one in a way. I don't know if that makes any sense, but sometimes I feel like that. I don't know if that's a protection mechanism due to certain things, though. Could well be. Let's not go into that. That's getting way too deep. Let's just open the bloody lorry.
This screen found, A to Z, Contemporain, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This must be the one he told us about, unless he was lying.
Let's peek inside.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and 2 steering levers. Posters cover the small windows in the back. You can't make out what's on them. The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced.
How can I get this open, Kimmy?
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
Really?
This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
Okay, well, I do have physical instrument, as we just saw. That's +1 physical. Lovely. Do I have any more? Again, this is one of the things that should have been made better in post-release. Well, that's all I've got. Do I have to pry bar out? I do. Let's give it a good old college try, I guess.
This screen found, A to Z,
not great, is it?
Contemporain, is parked, pry bar in hand. You take a hard swing at the window. A loud thunk rings out and the pry bar bounces back, leaving a tiny spider web on the glass. Goddamn maggot. Drag your ass to the gym and do some reps right now.
But I'm in pain. This has been my first full gym week back in a long time. Did every single day. And I'm in agony today. I did a skull crushers the other day, and I swear, you know we see people lift like something really, really heavy, and the blood vessels are expanding and they're contracting, expanding, constricting. Contracting? What's the other word? Dilating. And the face goes really red and the eyes start to go red. I had what was the closest I've ever come to that moment on a skull crusher where I brought the bar down and I had to push so hard. So I just had to really force it to get the bar back up. I had it with the bench press the other day as well. It's been a hard week, but weirdly enough, pushing that hard and straining myself and feeling like absolute shit whilst doing it has made me feel really good.
Looks like the window might be shatterproof. You may have to rethink your approach.
Window appears to be shatterproof.
No, it's not shatterproof. Give me that.
Oh. Okay.
He smashes it into the window. Droplets of glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement. You can just reach in now.
Nice.
It went better than I expected. Open it from the inside.
I really like Interrogate. I want him to like me. I don't want him to think I'm corrupt.
The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
But I'm kind of glad we're not making any money, which is part of the problem.
There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be. These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye. A centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of amberette, wafting through the bitter air of the cabin.
What's that smell?
The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume. Probably Grenade number 5.
Gotta say, Dubois has a hell of a nose on him.
The actress is draped in a sheathed dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put your finger on whom exactly. This is Tip Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent than her tragic, untimely death.
I don't think she's alone in that.
She wasted away in a drug den called The Door to the River, not far from here, on Boogie Street, a mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid of the world, and the camera, too. The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard, and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat. Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Why would anyone need so many radio stations?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation. With quite a range too.
Why would she abandon all this behind though? And is she involved with the lynching? I don't know, because at the moment it kind of feels like a side thing we're doing to get more information from what's her name down at the docks, but we know we're looking for potentially a woman who is missing from the lynching, and this woman has just disappeared in the last, in days gone by, so anything we can do with the radio.
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without the dial key.
The ghostly actresses, and the rusty toolbox under the driver's seat, and the oddly bulging seat cover.
Check the pedals.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle.
Interesting.
Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to have some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
We'd also rub off the pattern from the driver's right boat sole.
Yes.
One of the footprints of the crime scene has an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
We're missing 8th HARDIE here.
Looks like her, yes.
And she's running the drug trade.
Now we know for certain who's the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that HARDIE and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
I think the entire Union is involved, and maybe even all of Martinez look around suspiciously. This would fit what Joyce told us. I don't want to make any assumptions.
Understood. We should still go and see what Titus has got to say on the matter. Are we finished with the lorry?
It's all coming together, feeling the vibe of the game again.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console, and a faint smell of perfume is in the air.
You gotta appreciate this. It gives me like 4 different descriptions of the exact same thing, just so it's something there when I go back to the menu. Peel off the cover on the passenger seat.
Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. It's Revachol. Some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen.
Bonne prise.
The lieutenant commends you as you shift through the treasure, well worn and folded into neat squares. Let's fold it open.
This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp at a place called the Old South. Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant few ways of getting onto the elevated motorway that runs over Jamrock. And this person knows them all. There, Hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881, high above the mess of brown and red roofs that is Jamrock. The commuters don't even look down. The world ceases to exist outside the windshield.
Where does the road lead?
To Kuron, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river, and then to Stella Maris and La Delta for work, while the men and women of Jamrock scuttle to their fates below the road.
It's funny, I feel like drugs is a really interesting thing in that drugs is very lower class or upper class and not really very middle class, you know? If you're like in the mega rich, there's a lot of cocaine flying around, there's a lot of sort of upper class drugs going around, you know, you'll do wild parties and all this kind of stuff. If you're lower class, of course, people are doing drugs. Drug trade is all typically pursuing the middle class, the lower class, but the middle class seems to dodge it. I'd be really curious about that. Actually, I kind of want to Google that while this is going on. I'm gonna do a little research.
This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district called the Pox, old military hospital, right adjacent to the 41st precinct. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital, now just a ruin under an overgrown park. Beneath the hospital, great sewer tunnels hum and vibrate with life of their own. The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long-forgotten tunnels, lit by gaslights. The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of Motorway 881. A few routes have been marked with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain and a traffic island in central Jamrock by the lake. Looks like the smugglers have infiltrated the road network belonging to East Motor Tract.
Not finding much. Drinking seems higher in rich people. Yeah, I can't find anything. It seems to be something that hasn't... No, middle class consume more drugs and alcohol than poorest. Well, it says more likely to... No, wait, no. Huh. Yeah, I didn't expect that, actually. Well, no, that's about... I'm not interested about... Okay, 22% middle class taking drugs compared to 6% for the lower class. I'm not sure how much I trust that. 22%? That's pretty bloody high. Is it that high, though? I don't know. Most people I know probably... I know a few people who I would call middle class who dabble in a bit. I think the problem is weed messes it up a little bit because a lot of middle class people will dabble in the devil's lettuce, you know, which is technically an illegal drug. Sure, I'm not surprised that they drink more because, you know, middle class people, glass of red wine, yada yada yada, bottle of gin. But marijuana usage, I guess, is somewhat common as well in the middle class and would count as a legal drug. And what I want to know is specifically things like cocaine, ecstasy. I think feels more middle class than low class to me. I don't know, it's weird that drugs have a certain class attached to them in a way. The smugglers have infiltrated the motor tract.
So it would seem. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them.
It's a hell of a network. Where does the contraband end up?
Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmerti behind it.
Basmati?
The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes. But really they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of Revachol. With cool names like La Puta Madre and Aura Masta. It's a dark parody.
Who do you think's behind this?
It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely suspect.
If this is a massive crime syndicate, do we want to be poking around in it?
Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved.
Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know is there.
Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick these up later.
A bit late for that, Kitsuragi.
The stack of maps looks just like before, barely noticeable. The movie stars look silently by, and the pull-out toolbox has a rubber handle, worn from years of use.
Let's pull out the pull-out.
A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper. It's an issue of Peripherique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
His thought trails off.
It's an issue of... It looks like an...
The Ulan frequency...
Pull out toolbox. You close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
Okie dokie, Kitsuragi, not a problem. Let me just check my little doolally over here. We have to go talk to the Hardies as well.
Alright, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Seems like something the police would do.
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well-funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
Listening in on your calls between you and your station, a worrying prospect.
Oh, and the maps we found. They reveal the geographical extent of the operation. Looks like they've used abandoned tunnels and access roads to stay hidden. This is useful info. And last but not least, it looks like the Hardie boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching. This may be the Union connection we've been searching for.
So it is connected.
Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends, as extra ammunition.
I don't think the movie posters do factor into all this. Will the RCM open investigation?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
What are you thinking, Kitsuragi?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption.
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Let's just ask about the bloody movie posters.
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
A lot of women there for a lady driver's cabin. I mean, is it relevant that she might be a lesbian?
Yes, well...
Okay.
Debrief over. After you.
Okay, cool. Great success. Very successful episode. Lots achieved. So... we have two people we need to go talk to, of course. We need to go talk to... I need more money. We go talk to Titus, which I guess we'll do first, because it's right here. And then we need to go talk to... Thingamajig. I'm just going to put anything on that gives me authority. Because we don't have much as is, but maybe, you know, we get a bit more over Titus. Do I have anything for authority? I thought I did. Am I losing? I'm -3 authority. It's because of this, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, conceptualization. Drama. What else am I losing authority? It's the glasses, isn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, looking sick. Esprit de corps shivers. Suggestion half-light. Esprit de corps shivers. I'm looking stylish. Sort of. The hat is the major problem I have right now. If we could find a better hat, would be good. I don't know what I'm going to wear. Half-light, suggestion. Suggestion seems more important than half-light. Okay, so we're going to save. Next video, we're going to... I mean, I guess we should talk to Titus first, right? Because he's right here. So we'll go talk to Titus, and we'll go talk to Lass down by the docks. See if we can get some help about this lynching. I feel like we've made good progress on the actual case for the first time in a very long time. Oh, I also want to go check... Oh, shall we just do it very quickly? Right, we've boosted our thing a little bit more, our suggestion. Let's go check out the body. I don't have any... Not suggestion, our... Oh, which one is it for the body? I can't remember. Let's go check the body very quickly, because I'll forget otherwise. Can I try this again, by the way?
This orange machine is dead still.
I think we'll get a better crowbar at some point. Wait, no, has it not opened yet by the...
This orange machine is dead still. Oh. It has...
Still melting. I'll give it another day. Another day we'll get a better crowbar. Body! Just want to check what it was.
The bear's eyes are still
Perception.
glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse.
Okay, you know what? 58%. It's not that bad. Perception hasn't been changed. I don't think I've got anything for perception. But let's have a little look. I've got a good chance. I've got an above 50% chance, you know. Weirdly enough. Right, okay, no, we don't have anything. Come on, bear.
Are still glowing untouched
it,
dead man corpse.
It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then.
God damn it! How many points do I have to put into goddamn perception to do this? I mean, that's the third time I've tried. I'm just burning through my drugs is what I'm doing. Right, okay. Right, anyways, we'll go talk to Titus. Next time we level up, yet another point is going in perception. I'm figuring out this body if it kills me. Anywho, thanks for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.